Welcome back to the channel. I want to show you an interview with Sadiq Khan from last New Year's Eve. Have a listen and tell me if you think this man should be receiving a knighthood.
I just want to make a point about a message on social media that you said, as the sun sets on 2023, I'm humbled by the things we've achieved together. I just want to make a serious point about knife crime and gun crime in the capital city, because knife crime is rising at the fastest rate in 5 years. Knife point robbery is rising by more than a third. Where is the achievement? You mentioned achievement. Where is the achievement in that?
Look, one knife crime, one homicide is one too many, but because of our public health approach in London, we've seen since I've been mayor a reduction in those under 25 injured with a knife. We've seen a reduction in the number of homicides. Not complacent at all, but the public health approach means invested in enforcement, more police officers at a time of austerity, more community support officers, but also invested in youth workers and youth services as well.
Okay, I want to pause it here for a bit. Now, did you catch what he said? He actually said a reduction in the number of under 25s injured with a knife. He picks out one small key area that fell back briefly, in my opinion, due to lockdowns. Crime stats steadily rose from lockdown levels. The facts are that Khan has overseen a well over 30% rise in knife crime since he took office.
And the really good piece of news since 2019, when we set up England's first violence reduction unit, is homicide, knife crime, those below 25, burglaries, robberies down. Not enough, and that's why we need a new government to invest in public services, both in policing, but also youth work as well.
Well, but knife point robberies are up in London 36% to nearly 8,000 a year. There's a 5% drop in the West Midlands, 16% drop in Greater Manchester. Why is London doing so badly on knife crime and knife robberies?
Well, the reason why the Commissioner and I convened mobile phone operators, manufacturers and platforms was because actually the biggest personal robbery is of mobile phones. Now, we know 20, 30 years ago, car manufacturers managed to reduce the theft of car stereos, reduce the thefts of the tom-toms from cars by designing in a way the possibility of doing so. Car stereos
I'm sorry to interrupt, it's the use of knives I'm talking about, not mobile phone. It's the use of knives in these attacks that I'm talking about. And the use of knives in such attacks is up more than a third.
Yeah, but sure, but that's because they're trying to steal the mobile phones. So if you can make
So what is he talking about here? So according to Khan, we only have knife crime in London because of mobile phones. Apparently, without mobile phones, knife crime will plummet. Of course, those committing knife crime won't know what to do with themselves if we stop carrying phones. They will go away, they'll go home, won't they? They're not likely to start stealing more handbags, wallets, jewellery, watches, bikes, etc, etc. This man is an idiot. Just like Starmer, he cannot answer a straight question. He was clearly unprepared for this interview, just expecting to wish everyone a happy new year, I suppose. But he got grilled and exposed for his biggest failing in London, and that's knife crime. And this is the man who people will soon have to be calling Sir.
A second-hand phone, useless to a robber or a thief. That means the temptation to do so has gone away. Enforcement's really important. So we're using data now to make sure we have police officers targeting those parts of our city which we know are, inverted commas, hotspots. So a combination of using data to target the hotspots, town centres, transport hubs, but also working with the phone manufacturers and the platforms to make sure there is no resale value of a phone. The good news, in those parts of London where previously there were hotspots and robbery hotspots, by using data from policing, but also working with retailers and others, we've seen a reduction in those parts of London. What we need, though, is not just more police officers, but also working with phone companies to make sure there is no second-hand value of a phone being stolen.
Yeah, and I mentioned gun crime as well, up 6% according to the Home Office across London. You know, these are serious. I know the celebrations tonight, but these are very serious issues, knife crime and gun crime in the capital city of this country.
So the takeaway from that interview is, if we can make mobile phones as useless as Khan, then knife crime will fall rapidly. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.